It is Monday, October 19th, 2020, and you are tuned into DIRTRACKR Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. There was a lot of money on the line this weekend, and we are back today to get you up to speed on what went down at the Dirt Track World Championship with the World of Outlaws, the Short Track Super Series, USAC, and more. But first, this episode is brought to you by Blood Lubricants. Blood carries a high-performance line of synthetic racing oils, and they've got you covered for all sorts of dirt racing applications. Engine oils, gear oils, suspension fluid, cleaning products, you name it, they've got it. And these aren't bargain basement oils and lubricants. This is high quality stuff. Danny Dietrich picked up his 13th win of 2020 over the weekend at Lincoln Speedway, running the Blood Racing Pro Series engine oil in his 410 engine. It's hard to argue with race winning performance. They've got a great racer support program that offers discounts on products plus free swag, and they support hundreds of racers across many divisions throughout the country. To check out the support program, find out more information, or to buy, visit bloodlubricants.com. That's BLUD lubricants.com. If you'd like to receive 25% off most products, use code DIRT at checkout. That's DIRT, all caps, at checkout. Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series closed out their 2020 season over the weekend at Portsmouth Raceway Park in Ohio for the Dirt Track World Championship. We already knew coming in, but Jimmy Owens was officially crowned the 2020 Series champion, and Tanner English is your 2020 Rookie of the Year. For English, he averaged a 12th place finish this season and had 2 top 5s and 18 top 10s. His best finish of the year was 3rd, which he did twice in September at Portsmouth and a few weeks ago at Brownstown Speedway. It was a solid first time out on tour for English. For Owens, his season didn't end the way he wanted, with a 27th place result on Saturday and 4 finishes outside the top 10 in the final 4 races, but he was so dominant all year, his struggles down the stretch really didn't matter. He ended up beating McCready by 380 points. He had 11 wins in 47 starts, 29 top 5s, and 35 top 10s. His average finish for the year was 6.9. He also had 24 heat wins and 14 quick times. On Saturday night, Tim McCready started on the pole of the 100-lap Dirt Track World Championship on the strength of a quick time and a heat race win. For Kyle Larson, who was making his 3rd appearance in a late model the weekend, it didn't go as they'd hoped. A 4th place finish in his heat race put him on the front row of the 3rd B main on Saturday night, but issues in that race saw him towed off the track and scored in 13th. He got into the feature, though, with a track provisional, which was apparently not okay with some people. There was definitely some complaining about him getting in and some other established guys not getting in. I've got to say, this thing doesn't bother me one bit. He's had a hell of a year. He won at Port Royal. You know, folks are there to see what Larson can do in a late model, so let's see what he can do in a late model. You know, we've seen him come from the back plenty of times before. I've got no problem with the promoter making the call here to put him in the show. In the end, it didn't matter, though. He pulled in partway into the feature with problems with his race car. I believe he was scored in the 30th or 31st position. In the feature, though, McCready led the early going, but Brandon Sheppard was just too good. The Rocket House car led 76 of the 100 laps to take the $100,000 win. It was Sheppard's 4th career win in the Crown Jewel race. He had to hold off a challenge from Zach Dome, and then Ricky Thornton Jr. chased him all the way to the checker, but it was another very good outing for B-Shep. Wikipedia tweeted it was Sheppard's 31st win of 2020 and pushed his year earnings over $600,000. Ricky Thornton Jr. finished 2nd, Tim McCready 3rd, Chris Madden 4th, and Tyler Erb was 5th. Speaking of Thornton, Cole Perkins tweeted that Thornton will chase the full 2021 Lucas schedule with the SSI Motorsports team next year. That will be fun to watch. Ricky's been very good this season in both his Lucas and World of Outlaws starts. It was a great season for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. A little bummed it's over, but congrats to Owens and his Ramirez team on the title. I'm sure we're in for another good season next year. The World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series took on Lakeside Speedway in Kansas and Lake Ozark Speedway in Missouri over the weekend. Those 2 races would prove to be pivotal in the chase for the title. On Friday at Lakeside, it was a big night for Shane Stewart in the Jason Johnson Racing 41. He was filling in for David Gravel in that ride. A dash win put him on the pole for the feature, and at the green flag, he never looked back, leading all 30 laps to take the win. It was Stewart's 2nd win of the year, with his other triumph coming at Williams Grove in July, driving the Indy race parts machine. A hard-charging Brad Sweet, finished 2nd, with Logan Schuchart 3rd, Tim Kading 4th, and James McFadden was 5th. Sweet finishing ahead of Schuchart and Schatz meant he added more points to his championship advantage. Saturday at Lake Ozark for the Jason Johnson Classic, it was again a dominating performance, this time by James McFadden in the Casey Kane Racing number 9. He started on the pole and led all 41 laps for the $15,000 win. Teammate Brad Sweet was second, Donnie Schatz third, Kerry Madsen drove up from 22nd to finish fourth, and Sheldon Haudenschild rounded out the top five. Logan Schuchart started 14th, but could only manage a 16th place finish, which allowed Sweet to add another 28 points to his lead. Leaving the weekend, Sweet has now a 62-point lead on Schuchart in second and 82 points on Schatz in third. With only 3 features left in 2020, Schuchart needs to best Sweet by an average of 10 positions a night to beat him. It's certainly not impossible, but it's going to be very difficult for either Schuchart or Schatz to catch him at this point. With Shane Stewart finishing 15th on Saturday in the 41, Sweet's team also has the team points lead now by 34 over the JJR 41. Gravel could certainly close that gap back up, but that one will also be tough as well. The Outlaws are back Saturday night at Kokomo Speedway. And then the only other 2 races left on the schedule are the 2 nights at World Finals. The USAC Silver Crown Series closed out their 2020 season yesterday at the Springfield Mile for the Bettenhausen 100. Justin Grant was the early leader from the pole, but Kyle Larson took over on lap 11 and never looked back. He led the final 89 laps to earn his 2nd Silver Crown win of the season and his 42nd win of 2020. What was really impressive to me, though, was the run of David Gravel. Gravel had never been in a Silver Crown car before yesterday, but you certainly would not have known it. He qualified 7th, but was forced to start at the rear when his car needed a push to get started for the race. He charged from 26th on the grid to finish 2nd behind Kyle Larson. Really incredible run for Gravel. Justin Grant, Brady Bacon, and Jacob Wilson rounded out the top 5. The 3rd place run for Grant was good enough for him to earn the 2020 USAC Silver Crown Championship over Cody Swanson. It was Grant's first ever USAC National Series Championship. I almost didn't believe that. I actually went and looked just to make sure that that was actually true. It's surprising with all of the success that Grant has had between sprint cars, midgets, and everything else that he hadn't won a championship yet. So congrats to his team, to him and his team, that Hemmelgarn Racing team on the championship. For Larson, he's now won at the 3 Midwest miles, Springfield, DuQuoin, and the Indy Mile. He's the 15th driver to do so, and that list is a stacked list of people that have won at all 3 tracks. Includes names like AJ Foyt, Mario Andretti, Chuck Gurney, and all kinds of other guys there. But congratulations to those guys. Also a fun Silver Crown season over now. There was big money on the line Saturday night at the Port Royal Speedway, with the winner taking home $53,000 in the Short Track Super Series Speed Showcase 200. There was a scary moment during the feature when the throttle on Billy Pouch Jr.'s car hung open into turn 3, sending Pouch into the guardrail at high speed. Pouch was okay, but his car was absolutely destroyed. There was an hour-long red flag for repairs to the outside guardrail. The photos of Pouch's car were insane, with the car being basically completely destroyed. Super grateful to see him walk away and be okay after that crash. Back to the racing, Matt Williamson took the lead over Stuart Friesen with 18 laps left and held off the field over the remaining laps to take the win and the big money. Friesen was second, Matt Sheppard third, Anthony Perego finished fourth, and Larry White finished fifth. The series is back October 30th and 31st at Georgetown Speedway to close out the year. Lucas Oil ASCS National Tour came to a close over the weekend at Devil's Bowl Speedway as well for the Winter Nationals. Sam Haverteep was crowned the 2020 Series champion, and he was the winner on the opening night over Scott Boguski, Jack Dover, Blake Hahn, and Justin Sanders. His nearest rival in the standings, Roger Crockett, took the win on the final night over Matt Covington, Haverteep, Dover, and Sanders. In the end, Haverteep won the championship by 306 points over Crockett, with Scott Boguski third, Blake Hahn fourth, and Harley White rounded out the top 5. In other weekend action, Kenan McIntosh and Dazen Pursley picked up Power Eye wins at I-44 Riverside Speedway. Jake Newman locked up the Power Eye National Midget Championship. Clinton Boyles won in non-wing action at Kokomo. Mark Smith and Connor Leffler grabbed USCS wins. AJ Flick won the 410 portion of the Steel City Stampede at Lernerville, and Danny Dietrich was the winner at Lincoln. For other weekend open wheel winners, check out tjslideways.com. In late model racing, Cade Dillard grabbed an $8,000 win at Chatham Speedway. Mason Oberkramer and Billy Moyer took MLRA wins. Jeremiah Hurst is the MLRA champion for 2020. Dale McDowell grabbed 2 wins at Smoky Mountain Speedway in Southern All-Stars action, and Jared Miley won the late model portion of the Steel City Stampede at Lernerville. For more weekend late model results, visit dirtondirt.com. If you haven't yet, don't forget to check out the newest Dirt Tracker Conversations episode featuring Merced Speedway GM and USAC West Coast 360 co-owner Doug Lockwood. You can find it in this podcast feed and on YouTube. The next Conversations episode after Doug is already recorded. I'll drop that later in the week, so stay tuned. And I've got a great late model interview scheduled to record tomorrow for a future release as well. So lots of great longer Conversations episodes are coming your way as well. That's it for today. I hope everybody has a good Monday. You can find Dirt Tracker Daily on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or where you get podcasts. Please subscribe and leave a review. You can also watch the show every day on YouTube and Facebook. You can email the show at info@dirttracker.com, and you can follow along at facebook.com/dirttracker, twitter.com/dirttracker, and the website itself, dirttracker.com. You can follow me personally on Twitter at Justin_Fiedler, and don't forget to sign up for the Dirt Tracker weekly newsletter. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow for more Dirt Tracker Daily.